Hello everybody and welcome back to another game on the channel. Today we are playing Eternal Strands. Now I must admit I know absolutely nothing of this game. The reason that we are playing it today is, well, as you know, I'm a big Dragon Age fan. I've probably played Dragon Age for thousands and thousands of hours. Origins alone I probably spent like 3,000 hours on. And we are currently playing Dragon Age the Veilguard on this channel as well. I haven't uploaded those in a bit because I haven't been in the mood for editing those videos. I have finished the game though, so I know how it ends. All the recordings are done, I just need to edit them. And I'm going to take my time with that because I want to create quality videos. But I finished the game so I know how it ends. And when I was writing my review of Dragon Age the Veilguard, the main takeaway from that was that it was probably going to be the last Dragon Age game. Everything is wrapped up rather nicely. There are no big plot holes left. There are a few smaller plots left that haven't been resolved. It has a closed ending. There is no cliffhanger or anything like that. There is a little one maybe if you unlock the secret ending, but yeah, overall I thought when I was finished I thought this was the last Dragon Age game. And today we got the news that BioWare, the studio that develops Dragon Age, they don't need a full crew any longer because they are only working on the next Mass Effect game and they are only in the pre-development phase of the game, so they no longer need a full crew. And that meant that a whole lot of people within BioWare got positioned in other studios from EA, but also that a whole lot of people in BioWare got fired today. And among those people that got fired were some of the, or probably all of the writers that worked on Dragon Age games. And I don't think there is anybody left at BioWare at this moment that has worked on Dragon Age Origins, that has been there since the beginning. And so, yeah, that for me was actually a confirmation that BioWare is done with Dragon Age. And a lot of people on the internet also agreed with me. They think that's the end for Dragon Age. So, because I loved writing and all the stuff in Dragon Age so much, especially in Origins and Inquisition, I decided to look up some of the original writers and editors and see what they were doing now. And that's how I found this game. I believe this game is made by Mike Laidlaw. Actually, it's not just made by him. It's his studio. He created his own studio. And that studio created this game. I want to say Brick Road Studios or something like that. So yeah, Mike Laidlaw was a huge name in especially Dragon Age Origins. So I decided to look up this game and I watched one trailer on the Steam page and I looked at some of the images on the Steam page. I read the description. And honestly, it immediately reminded me of Dragon Age. Maybe not so much the style of the graphics, but the story, the setting. So that is why we are playing this game today. So we are playing Eternal Strands. I know nothing about this game. I don't know if we're going to finish this game. I don't know what it's about, other than what I read in the description. I think it has something to do with using the climate or the weather as your abilities. And yeah, we are going to find out together whether or not I like this game and whether or not we are going to finish this game. And I also don't have a plan for today on how long to record or what to record. We're just going to see. So I did look at some of the options already, set everything like I wanted to. So we're going to go straight in with a new game. It looks beautiful though. These style images and loading screens looks very Dragon Age-y to me. Wow. When weavers born in the next era ask what we were willing to risk wrangling these capricious lands into heart and home, our exploits must answer simply...
was once the heart of magical development and trade for practitioners of magic all across the Maida Basin. Not all weavers claimed it as their home, but those that did built a legacy of progress, constructs, and innovation, the likes of which have not been seen since the Surge almost half a century ago, when a cascade of arcane disasters racked the Mender, and without warning, the Enclave sealed itself away behind a magical wall known as the Veil. Rich and powerful leaders were wounded and killed. Decades of war broke out. Every nation suffered an economic collapse. The world is calmer now, but magic has been shunned, taking the blame for decades of unrest. Weavers remain pariahs to this day. Most places tolerate us if we don't stay too long. While some Weavers remember what it was like before the Surge, I've never known a time when Weavers had a home. I chose this life years ago, but I'd be lying if I said it's lived up to all I hoped it would be. Stop! Still, my luck might be changing. A few weeks ago, I began traveling with a new Weaver band. Now, they've brought me here, where it all began. Oh.
Thanks.
Bryn! Over here. What do you think?
When you told me that joining your band meant I'd see the Veil, I wasn't picturing this.
No one's been this close in years. The base is shrouded in tangles. Weavers have known about this safe zone in the Veil's shadow for decades, but no one has found a route into it. Until now. You have no idea what I had to do to puzzle out this passage.
I definitely want to hear that story later.
My hope is that we're going to find artifacts from the Enclave itself deeper into the shadow. I'll stay to oversee the camp setup. Why don't you take the preliminary scouting expedition?
Really?
Of course. It's important for the other Weavers to see how you do in the field. The map I bartered for in Tarza suggests there's a watchtower deeper into the valley. Shouldn't be too far from where we are.
That's my first landmark, then?
Yes. It should help us get our bearings before we start the search for the Strand Road. And if you make any discoveries, that will endear you to the band.
For sure. I'd love to find my footing with the rest of them.
I'll act as the watcher on the scry and pull you back if anything gets too dangerous. Just steer clear of the tangles. Any questions before you head out?
I know the scry is a standard device across Weaver bands, but my previous leader, Aaron, didn't really make use of ours.
I missed that little tutorial thing at the top.
He sent you on expeditions without it?
I mean, I wore the earpiece, but he didn't exactly stay close to the table at the camp while I was out.
That's incredibly dangerous. I'm surprised you're still alive.
Yeah. Anyway, mind explaining how it works in your Weaver band?
When you go on an expedition, you'll wear the earpiece, which allows me to communicate with you and give directions from the scry table. At the table, everyone will be able to watch your expedition and communicate with you as needed. The last, most important function of the scry is that it allows me to use magic to pull you back to camp when your life is in danger.
Sounds useful.
Right. The Strand Road?
A famous trade route into the Enclave that led straight to Denevron. The hub for bartering magical goods. Before the Surge, caravans used the Strand Road to enter and exit the Enclave. It's been completely submerged by tangles, unfortunately. Still, if we can get any closer to that passage, we will find rare artifacts lost in the Surge.
Alright, so interesting style of, I guess, interaction with another character. I think this is supposed to be like a cutscene, but instead of a scene, it's just, you know, showing the text. I have to press a button each time for the next part of the conversation, which is actually pretty handy, which means I can, you know, stop and talk about anything we hear or learn in conversation just at any point. So, yeah. I like it. I like it. The style definitely Dragon Age-y. A little bit of a cartoony style graphics, which is okay by me. So, yeah,
That
let's
clears
go.
up anything I needed to know. I'll head to the watchtower.
Glad to hear it. You can head out then.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, push L to move. Reach the watchtower deeper into the valley. Okay, we can jump.
No visuals on the scribe. Can you hear me?
I can. Some interference, though.
Must be the tangles. Still, strong enough to pull you out like you practiced. Dom?
I'm on it.
Yeah, move the camera using R. Yeah, I know how games work. Can we... Oh. Can we search for stuff? Can we collect stuff? Press L to toggle sprint. Okay, cool. Cool. Observe.
Even more impressive up close.
Yeah, the Veil. We have something called the Veil in Dragon Age as well.
Just this should magnify the enchantment, and
Thanks. Got visuals back.
The Veil shadow is incredible. Never seen anything like it.
Tangles. Beautiful.
And
Wow.
deadly. Give them a wide berth.
It does look cool. Very cool.
The closer you get to the Veil, the thicker they'll become.
its shadow is believed to be impenetrable.
Until now.
Believed to be. Right. Okay, this looks like I can interact with them. Press X to attack. Oh. Vitality tonic. Cool. Yeah. I'm guessing... Yeah. Okay. Alright. That is how we do things. Oh. Very nice. Very nice. We have a sword and shield. Oh, whew, we have to jump over it, not into it.
That wall is completely frozen.
Weaver's Grasp lifts and moves objects and creatures. A purple aura marks valid targets, while those marked red are too heavy for the current level of the strands. Left trigger to prepare the strand, hold right trigger to cast, release right trigger to throw it forwards. Okay.
We should expect enchantments
left trigger
quite
to prepare.
strangely this close to the Veil.
See those glowing bulbs? Infernal alliums. They combust when broken.
So if I toss one at the wall, its fire will melt the ice.
Brilliant! Best to use kinetic magic to keep clear of the blast.
Whoa! 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 What did I do? Everything's on fire. Use kinetic magic to throw infernal alliums at the wall and melt ice. Yeah, I did that. Didn't we do that? Move forward against any vertical surface to start climbing. Ah, cool.
Did she really just...
That was not an ideal solution. Vitality tonics on your belt. Take a swig if you need it.
How do I do that? No. Ah! That was obviously the wrong button. Okay, so do I have anything else I can throw? This one? No? Oh, I can use that one. Too heavy. Okay. I'm guessing we need to climb it. I don't know what I should have done with the fire there. I still don't know how to use my vitality potion. I use like this. Okay. Arrow down, D-pad down. Okay, cool.
Perfect. Knowing the watchtower's relative position establishes the distance to the Strand Road. You can come back to... What is that?
Coral. There were rumors of a living mineral that grew deep beneath the Enclave's surface.
Coral.
Seems they were true.
Okay.
There's
Cool.
more of it in that cave. I could take a closer look.
Too risky to deviate from the plan. First outing was just to reach the watchtower.
Yeah, but while we are
This is
here...
going well. I say we check it out before finishing the expedition.
Why not? Why not, eh? Okay, cool. I can climb in any direction. Very cool. She must have incredible grip strength to be able to do that.
Beautiful. I've never seen anything like it.
Dan's right about it being a living mineral. I can feel it humming with magic.
Wait, I'm losing...
Aurea?
Whoa! Is that a dragon? In the tutorial?
Bryn, connections back.
What the hell is that?
Was that a drake?
Yeah.
Pulling you out.
No!
Need his breath. I knew this was a bad idea.
We can't extract you.
Dan,
Okay.
fix it.
Okay.
And Lane have tonics on standby for her return.
Whoa. Oh, there's another one.
Head out of the cave so we can get our bearings.
Okay. Looks like lots of crafting materials, so we'll have some crafting to do in the future. Anything up here? No? Okay, cool. I guess that is the way forward. Do we climb it or do we attack it? Alright, attack it is. What's up there? Why is that highlighted with a quest marker? I don't think this has any actual use. Right. Again, a dragon. They look a little bit like the Dragon Age dragons. Ooh, that's a lot of fire. Off it goes. Bye-bye. Right, how do I get through this?
It's an ash peak drake. Quick.
Hold
your frost
LB
magic
to
can
change
cool a path.
strands. Switch to the frost stand to cool down the burning trees blocking the path. Hold LB. Ah, okay. Ice wall. Ice wall rapidly freezes water in the air to create chunks of ice, useful for pinning foes of all sizes or creating ledges or bridges. For distant targets, aim at the furthest point and draw the ice closer. LT to prepare, RT to cast. Okay. So aim at the furthest. So oh, stay on it, girl.
Good. Dawn's still working on the scry, but you need to keep moving. Lane, got anything from the map?
There should be a minor patrol path ahead that loops back to the watchtower. It runs close to the Vale, though.
It's our only option.
I'm on it.
Oh, what have we here?
That drake's acting like...
Let's just focus on getting her back safe.
I'll go back to unpacking the armory.
Okay, okay, cool. We have something here. I like the way that you have to slice through any loot. Basically cut it open to get the loot inside. Very nice design. I like it. Nothing in here, I guess? No. There was no glittery stuff on top, so nothing in there.
Nice work. Keep moving.
Oh, what the hell? Okay. Cutscene time, I guess. And the dragon's back. Ooh. Bye-bye.
Damn it, Casbin was right. That drake is rotting. Erratic flight. Aggressive. It won't stop.
Skies, what do we do?
We get you back to the caravan fast.
Okay. There were a couple more of those creatures, right? Can only have 3 potions. That's a little bit of a bummer. Hold LB and press B to switch to bow. LB.
Clear line of fire. Good time to use your bow.
Okay. RB draw. RB release and X is kick. Okay. Hey, where you going? Come here. Doesn't do much damage, does it? Okay, we don't seem to have an arrow count or something. You know what? I think I like this one better. Is it gone? Think so. Okay. Excellent.
If I'm reading the map correctly, following this brook should lead to the path guards used to reach the watchtower prior to the surge.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I don't think the ranged weapon, the bow, is that effective. And once you hit them with the bow, they know you're attacking, so they start coming after you. Oh, cool. Those things float. Nice. Okay, I get it. No, we don't need ice. Oh, we do have stamina. Oh, you know what I could do? No, still killing me. Okay, that was weird.
That Drake is never far behind. Just keep going.
No, too far. Whoa! The hell?
That's the path.
You're doing great, Bryn. Final stretch.
Okay. Final stretch. Here we go.
That can't be an ark.
No one has seen
What?
it in almost 50 years, let alone outside the Veil.
An ark?
Archon's never left the Enclave. Still, you need to get...
Don't tell me I have to fight it.
You've got to hold it off. We'll work on an escape plan.
Whoa! The thing has massive health. How am I supposed to fight it? Whoa! Can't even see the damn thing anymore. I don't think I'm supposed to win this fight. Whoa. That's a shield or something? Cool.
Skies. If this isn't the strangest.
Stay with him. Stay with him. Stay inside the shield.
Hang on, Bryn.
Everything okay back there?
Change of plans, everyone! Pack up!
You're...
What? We're coming to you, Bryn. Follow that arc. We need to go. Now. Up ahead! Lead!
Whoa.
Fine, keep moving! Guys, the arc!
Oh wow. Look at that. Again, this reminds me of Dragon Age. Ooh, that was the intro. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Very nice. Yeah, I really like this game so far. Looks really cool. Wow. Achievement unlocked. Parting the veil.
Has anyone else noticed we're practically sitting on a loom gate?
What the hell is a loom gate?
That can wait, Dom.
Oh, we have a lot of people in this conversation. So yeah, I really liked that introduction. I like our character. I like Brit. Too bad there wasn't a character creator. There are some interesting looking Baldur's Gate type of characters here that would be cool to play as, but I like Bryn. Not too bad. Yeah, that was a nice intro. So let's see where we go from here.
Aurea, you should be resting. If your wing doesn't heal, our point is out of commission.
Casmin.
That's what I need to address.
Aurea. Alright, Aurea is the bird.
While my wing recovers, Bryn will take over expeditions as our acting point.
Okay, cool.
You sure she's ready for all of this?
Bryn did face down an Ash Peak Drake and lived to tell the tale. I think we're in good hands.
Okay, so Sola, she's the girl with the hammer.
Yes. I have every confidence that she will make...
As long as we don't all
Oh,
die here first.
not too fast. Sebastian, he is, I guess, the big lion, bear, saber-tooth guy. Okay, dialogue choices guide Bryn's demeanor and explore different parts of her character. There are no wrong choices. The team needs a pep talk, remind them we're still weavers. The team needs to have faith in me, inspire with confidence. The team is understandably nervous, offer reassurance. I'm gonna say we're gonna offer some reassurance.
Our arrival was rocky, but I will do everything in my power to ensure our survival. If we avoid unnecessary risks, we'll be back on our feet in no time.
I'm glad you're taking this seriously.
Exactly. When we first set out to investigate the Veil's shadow, we had no idea we'd end up here. The Enclave was once a safe haven for all weavers, and the pinnacle of innovation. Since the Veil went up, weavers took the blame for decades of war. Stories that put children to bed, preached the evils of our magic, all because of what happened here. We owe it to ourselves and to our brethren across the Maida to find out not just what happened, but why. Maybe then, weavers can find our place in the world again. But first, survival. Bryn, that's you and me. Find me when you're ready. Adjourned.
Adjourned. Okay. Weavers. What the hell? Wow, so much to look at here. So many people to talk to. Alright, let's see. What do we have in the menu? I have not looked at the menu at all. So we have an active quest, blazing a trail. The current objective is to consult with Aurea to plan next steps. As far as we know, we are the first Weavers to pass through the Veil since it went up after the Search. Despite our anticipation, the band is still reeling from our chaotic entrance. Who knows what's waiting for us on the outskirts, or if we'll ever find a way to leave. Oria is right though. We need to get our bearings and treat this like the opportunity it is. We have what may be the only chance to find out what happened here after the Search. I'll need to consult with her before heading into the outskirts. Okay? Cool. And we have Codex, right? The Codex stores information about the world and mysteries of the Enclave uncovered through expedition. Codex fragments represent points of data on a subject. When enough are acquired, Lane can research them to unlock a complete Codex entry. Interesting. So we have locations, nations, enclave, a question mark, races, not a question mark, magic, arcane innovations and discoveries, and weavers. Okay. So let's see. Let's start at the top. The Enclave. The Enclave was a city-state located on the southern arc of the Meda Sea, founded centuries ago by a group of weavers led by the eccentric but daring Maximilian Arden. It became a hard-won refuge for those most interested in the magical arts. Securing the territory that would become the Enclave was no easy task. The environment presented a variety of challenges. The terrain was often nigh impossible, the local fauna was unusually vicious, and the weather was unpredictable at best. These trials, among many others, tested the wills of even the most resolute settlers. Despite this, a nation-state slowly formed from humble beginnings, and in the years after its founding, the Enclave became home to many practitioners of both the magical and mundane arts. At the height of its power, the Enclave boasted the densest accumulation of magically trained warriors, vast wealth from its concentrated ability to produce and innovate on enchanted items, and remarkable political sway thanks to acting as a trade hub. Among its most notable achievements were the development of the Arcs, magical constructs that served as laborers and protectors of the Enclave, with the largest towering over their creators. All of this prosperity made the sudden decision to seal the Enclave away behind a magical wall called the Veil as inexplicable as it was calamitous. In an instant, the Enclave was shut off from the outside world, its magical wall spilling toxic concentrations of raw magic down its sides. The activation of the Veil also sent a shockwave of energy that caused extensive and often deadly malfunctions on all enchanted devices across the Meda. What followed was decades of strife as the sudden disaster sparked numerous wars and disasters. The Enclave lurks still, leagues of land shrouded under its deadly veil. It acts as a constant reminder of the dangers of magic that ensures weavers, who still follow the traditions that founded the Enclave, are mistrusted. To this day, nobody is quite sure what happened to all those people inside. And here we are, making camp at its edge. I write this in the curious stillness that permeates the air. It's unlike other places. The Judean magpie does not sing here, and we do not fear attacks from bandits or aggressive wildlife. One might even call it idyllic, if not for the constant reminder of disaster looming over our heads. Okay, cool. Oh, I wasn't done reading any of those. Is that my only one that I have? Still has an exclamation mark. Meda the Basin. The lands of 7 great states drain into the basin of the Meda Sea, kept apart and occasionally at each other's throats by centuries of political rivalries, alliances, and intrigues. These nations are nonetheless bound together by a dense web of trade dependencies, cultural fusion, and the shared threat of the numerous wild and magical creatures that stalk the dark corners of the region. Youngest of these nations, prior to the calamitous magical surge, was the Enclave, home to the Weavers and their masterful enchantments. To the south, the secretive desert kingdoms of Taza stretch behind a wall of mountains that act as a defensive curtain. To the east of the Enclave lay the rich mercantile houses and fleets of the Judean Federation. These family-ruled city-states rarely cooperate, but can form a surprisingly unified front when tested. Swinging north of the Great Sea are the hardy people of Donbrenning, battered by the storms sweeping west of the endless ocean. Further inland lays the great empire of Sansas, rich with prime agricultural lands, mighty armies, and wealth from conquests. Further west still, one finds the rebellious nation of Calnhaven, perched in ore-rich mountains. Memories of their domination by the Sansa's monarchy still sting fresh, and to Calnhaven's southwest, nestled deep in the lost valleys before the end of the world, looms Renland. Rich with traditions and dominated by the Church of the Hallowed Pyre, the lines between clergy and noble have blurred over the generations of the religion's dominant role. Okay, I keep hitting the wrong button. Enclave history. Man, there's a lot to read, but it's the first episode. We need some background information, so I want to read it all. The region currently occupied by the Enclave city-state was formerly contested land where the alleged ownership shifted between Taza and various Judean city-states, depending on the cartographer's political leanings. Dawnbrenning also laid claim to parts of the region. In practice, however, the land was deemed far too hostile to settle, and the matter of its ownership was merely a battle of rhetoric. This political stasis changed when a group of enterprising weavers, led by a man named Maximilian Arden, secured rights to attempt the settlement of the location from all three claimant nations. Arden hailed from old money in Renland and was a famed weaver, allowing him access to those with considerable clout in all three claimant nations. Through a series of deft maneuvers, he managed to secure rights of settlement from Taza, Judea, and Dawnbrenning, and then used those rights to convince each patron in turn that pushing their claim could spark a war. Thankfully, Arden had a solution. He would purchase the settlement rights and found something independent. The gamble paid off. Rather than incite aggressions and diplomatic tensions from credible foes, the nations agreed to sell their claim to Arden. The land could become someone else's problem, and in the event of a war sparking, each country's coffers could benefit from Arden's money, though the amount he paid each was comparatively a pittance. With rights secured, Arden's team established Arden's Landing, a small settlement that grew over time into a trade port. Weavers across Maida were drawn by the opportunities afforded by the new land, and many found themselves staying for good. Often called hardsiders by the roving weaver bands, these early settlers laid the foundations for what would grow into the modern-day enclave. Okay, cool. Ooh, we have a lot of races. Cultures of Maida. The Maida Basin offers its denizens a dazzling array of bounties. Chief among those, at least in this lore keeper's opinion, is our diversity of cultures, each adding a unique ingredient to our melting pot. When I say cultures, I do not specifically mean those limited to national borders. After all, borders on maps do not express the reach of ideas and relationships, and in reality serve only to inhibit them. But I digress. Each unique culture we know of is a fascinating subject for study, since gaining understanding of a foreign culture is a gateway to understanding more of one's own. For example, the High Kingdom of Taza encompasses a great number of cultural groups, many of which, particularly in the desert, choose to keep their interactions with the wider world limited. That culture is one of privacy, and learning to respect that through my travels there led me to better understand the ways in which the more open cultures around the Maida communicate. Every nation in the Maida region shares a similar mix of people, merged around through centuries of trade caravans, migration, opportunity, and crisis alike. Most numerous of us all, the Ashar and Kassil, have always lived side by side in relative harmony. Similar in size and stature, the two are fundamentally different in how they approach their day. The Ashar thrive under the sun and sleep with the moon, while the Kassil are nocturnal, better attuned to the sounds and lighting of nights. Together, they have formed societies that never sleep. There are always provisions open, caravans rolling into town, hunting and farming at all hours in any stead, as the two hand off the entirety of the day to another with little friction. Rarely, but to great celebration, the two might even come together and have a child known as a Kashar. For just as long, the feathered Obrun have lived alongside the twin races, their quick eyes and deft hands making them incredible craftspeople, hunters and warriors alike. Obrun culture celebrates detail and attention, and they can excel at any task they dedicate themselves to. Our Weaver Band's leader, Oria, is one of the Obrun's very best. The most recent people to join this rich tapestry of Maida life are the Ram. Large, fur-covered, and famously even-tempered, the Roms still tend to live in smaller community family groups, known as founds. There has been a slow migration to the cities in recent decades, though, and numerous Rom have found great gainful employment as laborers, craftspeople, and guards. Those few who have indulged politics have found considerable fame for their insight and unflappable natures. Okay, I'm gonna circle back to the races, I think. Magic, Strands, a history of magic. Yeah, this is very overwhelming to start with. It's a lot to read through. I think, you know, enchanting, Strands, history of magic, we find that out through exploration and gameplay. We have arcane innovations and discoveries. We have mantles. Few things are as emblematic as a mantle to a weaver. Brightly colored and shimmering with faint traces of magic, even at rest, many who aren't in the know, so to speak, will blindly assume that the mantle is the source of a weaver's power. In limited specific ways, that is true. The mantle holds the woven strands claimed from the magical creatures of our realm. In limited specific ways, that is true. The mantle holds the woven strands claimed from the magical creatures of our realm, intricately woven so as to mimic their abilities. It also is a more literal source in that the mantle's gentle motions accumulate raw magic from the air, empowering its user. Okay, cool. One capability of the mantles, rarely discussed outside weaver culture, is their capacity to harvest strands from the massive creatures that threaten the meta. The process takes considerable skill and training, but is essentially one of pushing the mantle's magic into the foe. This magic, from the perspective of the mantle's wearer, turns the creature's pattern into something tangible, allowing them to pull it free. Debate goes back and forth on whether the harvested strand is literally drawn from the creature or a magical simulacrum shaped by the mantle. But what's known is that once harvested, a strand can then be properly woven into the mantle. Without its wearer, though, a mantle is just an inert object. Weavers act as a conduit, bridging the potential energy and patterns of the mantle with the real world, guiding and channeling magic in the physical grueling test of intent and focus. On the more mundane side, mantles are often, but not always, used to demonstrate their owner's aesthetic preference. Since the power of a mantle lies in a combination of its enchantments and its owner's abilities, the physical shape of the garment is more or less irrelevant. One could, for example, weave one to be used as a scarf or a shawl, rather than the cape-style mantle preferred by many members of our band. I myself have views on how the different environments weavers operate in could lend themselves to different styles of mantles. Could one wear theirs as a hat? There's nothing to say it couldn't. Okay, cool. And the Scry, we already know about Scry. It allows people in our band to help us, talk to us, follow us. And weavers, oh wow. Yeah, we'll get to know the people through talking to them and exploration. Maybe once we talk to somebody, we can read their codex entry. I do want to read Bryn's though. So Bryn is the newest member of our band, but one who seems poised to leave a lasting impression. Outgoing, capable, and eager to learn, she is the second point in training that Aurea has taken on. Hailing from the newly liberated nation of Calnhaven, Bryn is of the first generation born after the Calnhanders won their freedom from the colonialist. Damn, I can't speak today. From the colonialist Sansa's empire. Both her parents were involved in fighting, and her mother rose to the rank of Adalrod, leaving Bryn's family both well respected and positioned to attain additional political power. Despite that, our band's newest member chose a life of adventure, following a weaver band who had passed through her town in the hopes of learning the art of being a point. It seems that her first band wasn't a particularly good environment for that. Regardless, she displayed enough grit to catch the eye of her leader, Aurea Silverbeak, and has so far acquitted herself admirably. Wow. I can't read and I can't speak today. Alright, so we'll read about the other characters once we've talked to them. Yeah, I have no other correct entries in this one or that one. Okay. Great foes. Ooh. Almost missed that one. So yeah, these are the enemies that we encounter. Okay, cool. So, map. The South Wall way station was built to greet visiting dignitaries to the Enclave prior to the Surge. The scry housed inside its pavilion was used to communicate a visitor's arrival to the Enclave's governing body in the Spire, while its loom gate was used to quickly transport said visitor from the outskirts. Okay, so loom gate is basically fast travel. Cool. Inventory. Okay, we have key items. We have our stats to the right. We have 1500 health. Weapon power, armor, heat resistance, cold resistance, and weight. And oh, these are our weaves. So we have Ice Wall and Weaver's Grasp. Cool. Can we do anything with it? Oh.
Scry. The whole band gathers around when I'm away from camp. It's nice to have people literally watching my back.
Yeah, cool. I wasn't done with the menu yet. And then we have options. Okay, tutorials, load game, save game. Why don't we do a save game, just to be sure. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's look around for a little bit. But this is that thing that protected us.
I wonder how this arc managed to get us through the Veil.
By the looks of it, it was a one-way ticket.
Well, the Enclave built many arcs and other magical constructs. I've never heard of one designed to repel Drake's breath, though.
You think we might find another arc that could help us escape?
Or possibly repair this one? It must be special somehow. As Aurea said, the arcs never left the Enclave, yet this one did.
We know as much as we can from looking at it. Time to start exploring if we want to find answers.
Right, cool. So we have a lot of people to talk to. So this is Lane. Dom. Sola. Sebastian. Okay. I think that is Aurea, because that's where the quest marker is, so that is where we need to go eventually. We have something to look at here.
So this is a loom gate.
Ah, okay, cool.
It's taller than I expected.
The Enclave constructed these for transit. Oh, imagine being able to travel leagues instantly. If only it were working.
There's no sign of damage. It just seems inert.
Deactivated, perhaps? Or simply lacking the energy such a powerful enchantment would need.
You'd know better than any of us. If we could get it working, though.
That would be cool.
Oh, the possibilities. All the places we could go. Oh, to hold the hand of my most darling wife as we whisked around the Enclave. Metaphorically, of course. The loom gates famously moved people one at a time. Too dangerous otherwise, I imagine.
Okay. Yeah, they're sweet together.
You're cute together. It's great to see a couple that shares such a love of their work with one another.
Who could have it any other way?
After being together for 7 years, we're bound to have something in common.
Come, my love. There must be something in the archives.
Okay. Nice. Wow. So, I've been recording for nearly an hour now. So I think this is a good place to end this very first episode. Is that a merchant? Immediately, I get distracted immediately. Oh, we can pet. We can pet. Excellent. Yeah, of course, immediately distracted. So yeah, I think this is a good place to end it for today. Next episode, we're going to talk to everybody, read everybody's codex entries, and then continue our way. We're planning our next steps by consulting with Aurea. So, for now, I'm going to say I really enjoyed this game so far. I think it looks beautiful. We have a lot of characters already. I like Bryn. I like the armor she's wearing. Gameplay wise, we haven't done too many yet, but what I did do with the sword and the bow and the magic looks pretty cool. So yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy this game, and I will see you soon in the next episode. But for now, I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.